Hey guys, this is Chase Harrison, CEO of Alta Labs. I'm going to show you how to set up a Route10 and our on-premise controller known as Control if they are brand new out of the box. This is of course assuming that you prefer to use a local controller instead of our convenient cloud-based controller. Before we get started, please note you will need a working internet connection for this to work. This is because Route10 will require a firmware update right out of the box. In the near future, newly produced Route10s will not require this initial firmware update to work with Control. First, let's start by unboxing the Route10 and connecting it to an existing internet connection using its WAN 1 port. This is the far left port if you're looking at the front of Route10. Then we are going to hold the reset button as we plug power into the Route10. I'm going to continue to hold the reset button down until the Alta logo lights up and begins to breathe. This is called a power on reset or POR. Once it starts to breathe, go ahead and release the reset button. Now, wait 3 minutes for the new firmware to download and install. You will see this is complete once the Alta logo turns a solid white. If it does not turn a solid white or starts blinking red, please check the Ethernet port you are using with a different wired device to ensure that the port has full internet access using DHCP. Please also note that the WAN 2 SFP Plus port cannot be used for a POR. Second, go ahead and replace your primary router with Route10. Connect the WAN 1 port to your ISP and connect your PC to LAN 1. The LAN 1 port is the second port from the left if you are looking at the front of the Route10. Browse to the IP address of your Route10. Generally this should be 192.168.1.1. If that doesn't work, you can try going to setup.lan. If your ISP happens to be using 192.168.1.x already, the Route10 will change its subnet so there is not a conflict. You can use a LAN scanning tool to determine what the Route10's IP address is, or you can open a terminal or command line window and use ifconfig or ipconfig commands to determine what the subnet is. We want you to do this to make sure Route10 is connected to the internet. If it's not connected to the internet, follow the wizard built into Route10 to properly configure it for your ISP. Once you see you are successfully connected to the internet, proceed to the next step. Third, unbox Control and prepare to connect it to the network. For this example, I am going to use one of the PoE ports on my Route10 to power Control. So I am going to hold the reset button down as I plug Control into my Route10 so it triggers a POR as it comes online. Wait 4 to 5 minutes for Control to download the latest firmware. The Alta logo will once again be solid white once this is complete. Fourth, we will now set up Control. If you are using a wired laptop connected to a LAN port of your Route10, use a LAN scan tool such as Nmap or Fing to identify the IP address of Control. For our example, it is 192.168.2.11. Browse to its IP. You will then be asked for the email address for the controller administrator, which would be your email address. After 1 to 2 minutes, you will be redirected to the Control login interface where you will need to make a controller account that matches the email you entered previously. Sign up for account, verify your email address by checking your email as you normally would, and then you will be able to log into the controller. Optionally, if you do not know the IP address of the Control device and you have a pre-configured AP connected to the Route10's LAN network, you may use the mobile app with your mobile device connected to the pre-configured AP to set up your Control device. Simply follow the instructions given in the Alta Networks app to set the administrator email address and password, and then log into the controller within the app. Fifth, we are now ready to add your Route10 to Control for management. If your Route10 does not automatically show up as an available device for setup on your network tab, let's open a new browser tab and browse to the IP address of Route10. Copy and paste the controller URL without the /site/ suffix as seen here, and then click Connect to Controller. It should then show up in the network tab. Go ahead and click Setup. Now, Route10 is set up in your Control appliance.
Before you make any additional configuration changes to your network, you will want to make sure your Control appliance is running on the latest firmware. Go to Settings, System, and click Check for an update. Then click Update. The update process will take a few minutes. Once the LED on top of your Control appliance is solid white, you can log back in, refresh the page, and proceed to make configuration changes, add additional Alta devices, trigger additional updates, and so on. If you want to change the default subnet from 192.168.1.x, make sure the Route10 is streaming stats to the controller here first. If you see that, go ahead and browse to the Settings and the Networks tab and adjust your subnet.
Wait 30 seconds for the changes to sync. Then go ahead and power cycle both Route10 and Control, as well as anything else that is using the old subnet. After everything boots up, your subnet changes should take effect. If you run into any difficulties with this, feel free to come and engage with us on our community forum at forum.alta.inc or reach out to our support team. Thanks for being Alta Labs fans.